Hare Krishna. Today is the disappearance day of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, December 9th, 2014. And we are here in Davidson, North Carolina. So I'm going to speak a few words about Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, first by translating the prayers that we sing to him. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati iti namine. I bow to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, who is at the feet of Lord Vishnu, who is most dear to Lord Krishna. Of course, that's the same person, Vishnu and Krishna, on this earth. And of course, we know about Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and we are honoring him on his disappearance day because of Srila Prabhupada. So therefore, we'll offer obeisances also to Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gaudavani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine. I was with Srila Prabhupada as his secretary in January of 1976 on the appearance day of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Prabhupada put a picture, or had put, the devotees put a picture of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati on Prabhupada's own Vyasasana. Then he sat lower and spoke about his spiritual master. So the next verses about Bhaktisiddhanta are Sri Varshavanavi Devi Dayitaya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayine Prabhave Namaha. I bow to Sri Varshavanavi Devi, that Sri Varshavanavi Devi, Varshavanavi, of course, refers to Srimati Radharani, who is the daughter of Vrishabhanu, and therefore she's called Sri Varshavanavi Devi Dayitaya. Dayita means beloved, one who is, or one who has received the mercy. So we bow to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur as one who has received the mercy of Radharani. Sri Varshavanavi Devi Dayitaya Kripabdaye, and we bow to Bhaktisiddhanta as the ocean of mercy. Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayine, the one who gives scientific knowledge, realized knowledge, vijnana, of Krishna Sambandha, of the process of establishing a relationship with Lord Krishna. Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayine Prabhave, unto the Prabhu, unto the Lord, unto the Master, Namaha, we bow. And then Madhuryo Jwala Premadya Sri Rupanuga Bhakti Da. Bhaktisiddhanta gives bhakti, which a devotion to Lord Krishna, which strictly follows Rupa Goswami, who was such a prominent disciple of Lord Chaitanya, and that bhakti following Lord Rupa Goswami, that bhakti which Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur gives, is Madhur Ojjvala Premadya. It is Adya. It is enriched with love, pure love of Krishna, which is dazzling, Ujjvala, dazzling with or effulgent with an understanding of the conjugal relationship between Radha and Krishna. Madhurya Madhurya, Madhura means sweet in Sanskrit. Of course, from that Sanskrit word madhu or madhura, the English word mead, which means honey, mill, Portuguese. So Madhurya Ojjvala, Ojjvala, that shining conjugal love. Madhurya Ojjvala Prema Adya. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur gives to us through Prabhupada devotion to Krishna, following Rupa Goswami, which is enriched by that dazzling conjugal love between Radha and Krishna. Madhurya Ojjvala Prema Adya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktida Sri Gauda Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute. I bow to you who are Vigraha, the embodiment of the power of the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Sri Gauda Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute. Then Namaste Gaudavani Murtaye Dina Tarine. Murtaye means unto the Murti, unto the very form of, unto the personification of Sri Gauda Karuna, Namaste Gaudavani Sri Murtaye. Bhaktisiddhanta is the personification of the message of Lord Chaitanya, the Vani. Namaste Gaudavani. I bow to you who are Gaudavani Sri Murtaye, the beautiful personification of the message of Lord Chaitanya. So Lord Chaitanya speaks about Krishna consciousness, and then you actually personify it. Dina Tarine, and the one who delivers Dina, those who are unhappy, those who are fallen. And then Rupanuga Virudhapa Siddhanta Dhanta Harine. Rupanuga Virudha. Anuga. Anu means follow and ga means to go. So Anuga means a follower. So Rupanuga Virudhapa Siddhanta Dhanta Harine. I bow to you who are Hari, the one who takes away Dvanta, the darkness of Apa Siddhanta, false philosophy. Philosophy literally which deviates. Apa means away, and so philosophy, you remove the darkness of false teachings, the darkness of these false teachings, which virudha, which go against, which oppose the teachings of the actual followers of Rupa Goswami. Rupanuga Virudha. Virudha means that which opposes, or that which impedes or subverts. Bhakti Rupanuga Virudhapa Siddhanta Dhvanta Harine. So these are verses to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And of course, really, the moment that Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur left this world, at that very moment, Prabhupada, our own Prabhupada, began to demonstrate the perfect way to serve spiritual master in separation. Because Prabhupada understood that his spiritual master was just that. He was a spiritual master, not a material personality. And therefore, he was present. Spiritual reality is not limited by material time and space. And so, when Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur left, of course, Prabhupada wrote a famous poem. On that day, I think he said, I gave out a cry. And so Prabhupada, and yet he became ever more determined to carry out the order of his spiritual master. He dedicated his life. Bhakti Siddhanta left this world physically in, I think, 1936. And Prabhupada incorporated ISKCON in 1966. So, of course, he came on the Jaladuta 29 years after that, after his guru left, and then incorporated ISKCON 30 years after his spiritual master passed away. So Prabhupada gave up his manifest form in this world in 1977. So it is now 37 years after that. So all of us, in a sense, we need to get on our Jaladutas. Of course, the Jaladuta is a real boat. It's not merely a symbol, but it is also a symbol. It's a real boat. But as a real boat, it symbolizes, everyone has to find their Jaladuta. Everyone has to find their way to put aside the types of mundane considerations that prevent almost everyone from becoming a greatly empowered servant of Krishna. Maya is very obliging and compliant. Maya will give you at least 100. Sorry, telephone right there. Happens in the best of sampradayas. So, Maya will give us 108 or 108,000 reasons why we cannot and should not devote ourselves to Prabhupada's mission fully. So if I'm not saying that we should do things that are crazy or impractical or self-destructive. Yeah, you can explain to her. Well, at least now all of you know that I actually have telephones. So, we should not do anything crazy like that, but at the same time, we have to honor the acharyas by actually accepting them as acharyas. Acharya means one who teaches by example, but unless we follow that example, then the acharyas are not really teaching us by their example. It's when we actually follow the acharya's example that they become, for us, acharyas. I think that's pretty simple logic. So, of course, Prabhupada loved his spiritual master so much, and he showed his love by actually doing what his spiritual master wanted. He got the job done. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was highly criticized in his own time. Some people thought that he was ruining Vedic culture or Vaishnava Dharma, that he was changing this and changing that. So even when a pure devotee makes necessary changes, there are people who very enthusiastically criticize that person. Of course, the same thing, of course, it happened to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and it also happened to his great disciple, our Srila Prabhupada. I am not trying to put myself on their level, because I'm not. However, a word of caution is not bad, and that is that we should be careful to focus on the fundamental, the essential principles of Krishna consciousness, and not drown. It's like a sort of a tempest in a teapot of superficial details. The basic principles we can't change. We can't change the philosophy that's coming down to us through Bhaktisiddhanta and Bhaktivedanta. We can't change that philosophy. We cannot change the essential practice that Prabhupada gave us, to chant 16 rounds, to follow 4 principles, to practice sadhana bhakti. However, these great acharyas like Bhaktisiddhanta are great acharyas because they got the job done. And they made adjustments, and they were highly criticized for the adjustments they made, even though on every essential point they were strictly following. So Bhaktisiddhanta apparently left this world, but of course he continued to live more powerfully than ever in Prabhupada. And we have to keep this glorious tradition alive. We have very great ancestors and forefathers and foremothers for that matter. And we have to honor this great tradition and somehow or other not imitate them or think we are in every sense equal to them, but honor them by following their tradition of boldly, powerfully, effectively, and yet very faithfully spreading Krishna consciousness. So, thank you for listening, and Hare Krishna.